Residential Report Writing and Case Studies. Chapter 4, the Uniform Residential Appraisal Report, page 20, Absorption Rate. This information usually appears on the 1004 MC Market Conditions Addendum form. Although some appraisers put it on the form or in a text addendum also. Absorption rate calculation. Let's say that 15 houses in the neighborhood were sold and closed in a 12-month period. The absorption rate per month is number of closed sales in the period, which was 15. And in the formula, you're going to put that over the number of months in the period, which was 12. 15 divided by 12 equals 1.25 absorption rate per month. Absorption period calculation, unsold inventory index. Now let's assume that the 6 houses are currently for sale in the neighborhood. How long will it take to sell this inventory if the absorption rate is 1.25%? You take the number of properties for sale, which is 6, and you divide it by the absorption rate, the 1.25. 6 divided by 1.25 equals 4.8 months to absorb or sell the existing inventory. Expiration ratio calculation. An expiration ratio depicts the market as the number of properties in a period that did not sell. Reliable data sources must be used to provide the initial information. Number 1, number of months in the calculation period, 12. Number 2, number of closed sales in the calculation period, 15. Number 3, number of expired offerings in the calculation period, 9. Number 4, add lines 2 and 3, and that'll equal 24. 15 divided by, 15 plus 9. And number 5, divide line 3 by line 4 equals 9/24 equals 0.375 or 37.5% expiration ratio. Note that the 1004 MC Market Conditions Addendum requires the calculation of the absorption rate and the number of months to sell existing inventory. Most appraisal forms, software programs, make these calculations automatically based on the information provided by the appraiser or downloaded directly from an MLS system. Even if the software program makes the calculations for the appraiser should still be able to understand and make these calculations himself or herself if necessary. Now it's time for a short quiz. Check your understanding. Page 21. This quiz has a total of 3 questions. There will be 1 question per page. You must achieve 66% to pass this quiz. Start quiz. Number 1. How is a unit in a PUD defined by Fannie Mae? A. There is a local homeowners association, HOA, with voluntary membership. B. Assessor's records, lot and block, and meets and bounds. C. It is an attached dwelling unit. Or D. There is an HOA with mandatory automatic membership and the ability to lien properties. I'm going to go B. I'm not 100% on this one. Number 2, the requirement to research prior listings of the subject within the last 12 months is A. USPAP requirement. B. Fannie Mae / Freddie Mac requirement. C. Option in a Fannie Mae appraisal assignment. Or D. Jurisdictional exemption. I think it was a Fannie Mae. It's either Fannie Mae or USPAP. I remember that. Number 3. On an appraisal report for a refinance loan, the lender will want to ensure that the name of the borrower A. includes any nicknames or aliases. B. is not disclosed to the appraiser due to privacy concerns. C. is the same as the current owner of record. Or D. is different than the current owner of record. I'm going to go C. Assessment completed. Finish. You passed. You got a 66.7%. So remember, number 1, how is a unit in a PUD defined by Fannie Mae? You said B, assessor's records, lot and block, and meets and bounds, and that was incorrect. The correct answer was there is an HOA with mandatory automatic membership and the ability to lien properties. Any property that is held in fee simple estate and has a mandatory membership and lien supported assessment by the Homeowners Association, HOA, must be classified as a planned unit development or PUD. The deed may or may not state that the property is a PUD unit. Chapter 4, URAR, page 1. Subject section. Number 2. The requirement to research prior listings of the subject within the last 12 months is a, you said, Fannie Mae / Freddie Mac requirement. And that was correct. And lastly, number 3, on an appraisal report for a refinance loan, the lender will want to ensure that the name of the borrower, you said, is the same as the current owner of record. And that was correct. Continue. Page 22, URAR, page 1, cite section. Specific factual information is required from the appraiser for the dimensions, area, shape, view, zoning classification, and compliance sections. Remember that the client and intended users will rely on the information presented in this section. Is the property in legal compliance with current zoning ordinances? Is the property in a non-conforming status? If it is a non-conforming status, you will likely need to insert additional information in your report for the lender/client. Dimensions. The different sides of the site are reported in linear feet. For instance, 55 by 120, or 120 by 150, by 70 by 145. Area. This is the size stated in terms of square feet. Using the above dimension of 55 by 120, the total square footage would be 6,600 square feet, which would be reported as 6,600 SF. For parcels 1 acre in size or larger, the site size is required to be reported in acres. To 2 decimal places. For example, a site may have 59,035 square feet. There are 43,560 square feet in an acre. Therefore, 59,035 divided by 43,560 equals 1.36 acre, which would be reported as 1.36 AC. Shape. This should be reported as a geometric shape. For instance, square, rectangular, triangular, flag, odd, or irregular. View. Historically, Fannie and Freddie had provided little guidance in regard to this. As a result, appraisers provided a wide variety of responses in this area of the form. The Uniform Appraisal Data Set, UAD, changed all this by requiring standardized responses from a list of abbreviations, although the appraiser can also select other if the appropriate view descriptor does not appear on the list. The UAD requirements only apply to loans that are sold to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, or are FHA or VA loans. Not all appraisals using the URAR form are required to comply with the data standardization requirements of the UAD. End of page.